Hey wrestling fans, it's your old pal Bulldog. You tuned into Shaw Power Slam TV. This is Pure Power Wrestling, and tonight, Jumpin Josh puts his Cruiserweight Championship up against Tyler Knox. That one's going to be a barn burner. And then from there, we got a big six-man tag. Check this out. Steele teaming up with the Bad Seeds, and they're going to take on Dewey, Robson, the Big Sexy Beast, and Travis the Heat Copeland. It's going to be crazy. Let's get down to ringside for our first match.
Out of night, there's nowhere left to hide.
We go here, Tyler Knox making his way to the ring. Ref Dennis has the assignment tonight. It's Tyler Knox versus Jumpin Josh. I can't wait to see Jumpin Josh get out here. I can't wait to see this match. Tyler Knox again, you'll notice he hasn't got Wilbur by his side, or should I say Vinny Valentine. Here we go, our Cruiserweight champ. Cruiserweight champ. Jumpin Josh, standing tall as your Pure Power Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship champion. I'm getting tongue-tied again. Isn't this fantastic? I don't even think the editor's going to do anything about that. They're just going to laugh it off like me. Here we go. Jumpin Josh in the ring, ready to go against Tyler Knox. This one's going to be quick. It could be sudden. Tyler Knox probably going to want to keep things on a slower pace, but if you can slow Jumpin Josh down, that's kind of easier said than done. This kid is like lightning. Ref Dennis calling for the bell. This one's underway. Tyler Knox electing to take a break before he worked up a sweat. That's not how things work, Tyler Knox. You got to get in the ring and wrestle before you take a breather. And Tyler Knox wants to get inside the head of Jumpin Josh. Jumpin Josh has a fair amount more experience than Tyler Knox. So I don't think Tyler Knox is going to get inside the head of Josh. Josh has been in the big one many times. Here we go, center of the ring, collar and elbow tie up. Tyler Knox needs to work on his footwork a little bit, but he's still got that headlock cinched in pretty tight. Jumpin Josh escaping out the back door and grabbing a headlock of his own. Let's see if Tyler Knox can reverse it. No, Jumpin Josh. Jumpin Josh got that headlock takeover where Tyler Knox could reverse it, but Tyler Knox just kind of floated through and ended up putting Josh's shoulders in that for a 2 count. Now Josh keeping a good tight grip on that headlock. See if Tyler Knox, oh, there he goes. Uses his legs to escape that one. Now Josh has the unruly task of getting himself out of a head scissors. That's a good way to stop a guy from bridging out. Slap him in the belly. Jumpin Josh, there you go. Spinning out, and then, before he could bridge up, Tyler Knox rolled him over, and it looks like he's got, is that an anaconda hold? Looks like an anaconda. It is. See if he rolls around. Oh, Jumpin Josh getting, he got it. He got that wrist lock and escape. It was a little sloppy, but he got it. Now he's got a wrist lock on Tyler Knox. Arm wringer through. Look at that kick. That'll take Tyler Knox off his feet. And again. One more arm wringer for good measure. Kick in the chest. Arm wringer for good measure. Down to the mat. Oh, look at that. 1, 2. Jumpin' Josh with a collar roll, I believe it's called. Jumpin' Josh playing fair. He doesn't want to win anything crooked. Maybe Tyler Knox could take a lesson or two from that. Tyler Knox with a duck under instead of a collar and elbow tie-up. Electing for a clubbing blow to the back and a bit of a face wash. I guess that'll do the trick too. Here we go, standing side suplex up and down to the mat. That one hurt. You can tell by the reaction of Jumpin' Josh. That one got him right in the middle of the back. Tyler Knox just pounding on Josh's back. Stay down, he says. Jumpin' Josh, he won't stay down. He's going to fire up and fire back with a few rights of his own. Knee up in the breadbasket. Now watch this Irish whip. See what happens here. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Oh! Tyler Knox taking advantage of that power. He's got a little more power than Jumpin' Josh. He's got more mass. Now Tyler Knox with a scoop and a slam. That echoed through the Pure Power Academy. And Tyler Knox with a quick elbow off the rope. I like how he puts those two together. 1, 2, and oh, Jumpin' Josh kicking out before the 2. He's got lots of fight left in him. This is coming to you, folks, from the Pure Power Wrestling Training Academy. These two are going at it for the Pure Power Wrestling Cruiserweight title. And let me tell you, it may be an empty building thanks to COVID, but these two are still fighting tooth and nail. Tyler Knox going all the way across the ring. See what he has in mind. Oh, baseball slide right into the chest of Jumpin' Josh. Now he's just going to have a rest on him. Watch this now. Tyler Knox going for a 3 count, which he probably should have done about 15 seconds ago instead of showboating. Ref Dennis with another 2 count. Tyler Knox pulling Jumpin' Josh back up to a vertical base. I'm not sure that's where you want him. I'm not sure that's where you want Josh. I think you want to keep him on his back. Oh, and that's why once he's on his feet, you're in for a surprise. I guarantee you never know what angle he's going to hit you from. But these two opting to just slug it out. Jumpin' Josh seems to have the upper hand with those forearm shoulders. And a clothesline puts... Oh, wait a second. Look at this ground and pound from Jumpin' Josh. Tyler Knox. Oh, Tyler Knox eating a few rights that he didn't plan on eating tonight. Jumpin' Josh back in the corner, giving Tyler Knox time to get up. He's got something in mind. I guarantee he's got something in mind. Watch this now. Watch this now. Jumpin' Josh measuring Tyler Knox. Tyler Knox trying to find Jumpin' Josh. Nice clothesline out of the corner. Tyler Knox and... Oh, look at that sling blade. Jumpin' Josh with all kinds of momentum. Tyler Knox up and down, up and down. High knee in the breadbasket. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Wow. Down to the mat. Tyler Knox in Dream Street. Jumpin' Josh going for the pin cover. 1, 2, and... Oh! How close can you get? Here we go, Jumpin' Josh. Is he going to go for that sliced bread? He looks like he's setting up for that sliced bread. Here we go. Watch, watch, watch. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Jumpin' Josh almost nailed it. Wait a second. Tyler Knox has that title belt in his hands. And watch out now. Watch out, watch out. Oh, are you kidding me? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's the title you're trying to win. You can't do it when you get disqualified. There's a serious glitch in your thinking, Tyler Knox. You just got yourself disqualified. You won't be the champion. You demanded the championship shot, and you got it, and you just threw it away. Oh, my goodness. And he just won't stop. I mean, I don't understand this. I don't get it. Tyler Knox clearly just frustrated that he couldn't put Josh away in the time allotted and decided to attack him with the title belt. I don't get it, but we'll give Jumpin' Josh a chance to get his shake the cobwebs, and we'll go and listen to the THC Dewey BSB. I want to hear what these three got to say before our main event.
Stormbringer shovel.
Solid.
Ronnie stand then.
So,
Whatever the hell
Ronnie,
he calls it.
hey guys.
Hey buddy, what's up?
Been a couple months. How's it going?
How you doing?
How's it going? Good, man. Hey, man. Sweet shovel. Yeah. Stormbringers. Absolutely. Cool. Well, hey, I got an idea tonight. Why don't the three of us take off the bad seeds and Sydney Steele? Like 6, 9, 10. What do you guys think?
That's a good idea. Good. I'm pretty sure that's already booked.
That's the match tonight. For real tonight? It's already.
That's what we're working tonight.
April 2nd, 6, 9, 10. 6-man tag. I got it, guys. I got it.
Right,
See you guys out there.
Well, I hope so. What a guy.
Losing end of this one. It's going to be off the charts. Here we go. Sydney Steele, the bad seeds.
Bad seeds in the house tonight in the main event where the three of us belong.
Look at these three just gloating for the camera.
You stupid little boy. You just pissed off my man. Someone's getting hurt tonight.
Oh, wow. Stormbringer is in a very foul mood because he misses Ronnie Van Zant. Cowboy Bryn Watts is in a foul mood because he's just a spiteful SOB, and Sydney Steele is just happy that they're both angry and spiteful because that puts him in a serious advantageous position. And their opponents should be making their way into the ringside any minute now. I cannot wait for this one to get underway and explode, folks. Let's face it, this could turn into one hell of a Pier 6 melee. This has so many explosive elements. If I don't slow down now, I'm going to run out of breath. Here we go, Dewey Robson, THC, and a big sexy beast. Look at these three ready for action. Dewey is happy as hell. He's got Ronnie Van Zant. He's also got a big sexy beast. He's also got Travis the Heat Copeland.
After you mess up that little boy, will you please bring back home Ronnie Van Zant? You got it, Bringer. You got it. Thank you, champ. You stupid little boy!
Look at the back of the big sexy beast. Look how big that guy's back is. Can you believe that? His shoulders and traps, I mean, that is a massive human being, folks. When we get back to running shows, you have got to come out and see some of the action. I'm telling you, the big sexy beast, just a monster in there. Travis the Heat Copeland, just tougher than nails. And Dewey Robson, I mean, this guy's an up-and-coming superstar. He's going to be a champion this year. I can almost guarantee it. And on the other side, it doesn't matter that you don't like him. The Pure Power Wrestling heavyweight champion leading the fray, and he's got the Stormbringer and Cowboy Bryn Watts in his corner. Two of the toughest, most experienced, rugged veterans in this city for sure. And by my estimation, Western Canada. There's the bell to start this one off, and we are underway, and here we go. Collar and elbow tie right in the middle of the ring. Sydney Steele for sure has the power advantage over THC. Backing THC into the corner. Ref Glenn calling for 1-2. Ref Glenn calling for a clean break and getting it. Sydney Steele in peak condition. He's always in the gym. There we go. THC with a go behind and a waist lock. Sydney Steele got to break this up, and look at the leverage it was very slick. Nice takedown. Sydney Steele floats around to a front chin lock, it looks like. Unless he's got one arm under, then it can turn into an anaconda roll. THC rolling out of that one, taking an arm wringer, working on the shoulder of Sydney Steele. Working on. That big heavy elbow pad, that heavily wrapped left elbow with Sidney Steele as a target, and THC saw it right away. Dewey Robson's going to continue the attack on Sidney Steele's left arm. If they can weaken that limb, they could possibly get a 3 count on a champion. Wouldn't that be something? Dewey Robson, he's trademarking that. He's trademarking that. Watch his headbutt on the wrist. Watch this. He's going to headbutt Sidney Steele's wrist. Oh! Sidney Steele didn't give him time. A poke in the eye will stop a headbutt any day. Sidney Steele with a thumb in the eye. Now he's tagging in the big Stormbringer, who opts for a heavy clubbing blow just to the shoulder of Dewey Robson. Boom! Look at that arm wringer. Look at that arm wringer. Now Cowboy Bryn Watson to do a little more damage on that left shoulder of Dewey Robson. I'm not sure if you noticed, folks, but Sidney Steele's... Oh, look at that! Look at the arm drag takedown. Dewey Robson pulling that one out of his hip pocket. That was something else, folks. I don't know if you noticed, but Sidney Steele just took all that padding off his left arm. Clearly he doesn't want it to be a target. Clearly it's bothering him. Dewey Robson pulling the Cowboy Bryn Watts back into their corner. Now the ring is cut off, and Cowboy is in some serious trouble. He's got a big, sexy beast to contend with. And not this maneuver. Not the stinky fingers. Oh, as much as I love watching big, sexy beast wrestle, I do not love watching that. Cowboy Bryn Watts looks like he needs a gas mask after that. And he's got a big 370-pounder on him. Watch this again now. Big clubbing blow on the back. Oh, that big sexy beast just powering Bryn Watts up in the air. Will we get a clean break? Oh! I can't believe I just saw what I saw, but Cowboy Bryn Watts, well, I should believe it. Cowboy Bryn Watts rake in the eyes. I can't believe I just said I couldn't believe what I saw, but I believe I saw what I saw. Now watch this now. You're not going to get that man across the ring if he doesn't want to go. You're half his size and half his weight. Boom! He uses dumbbells to warm up with more than you, Cowboy Bryn Watts. You're not going to win a power contest against the big sexy beast. Stormbringer breaking that count up. Stormbringer breaking that count up. Otherwise, it might have been a big sexy beast. Still wants to fight. Wait. They haven't quite cut the ring off, but they've got this big sexy beast a little bit weakened now. Stormbringer, clubbing blow to the trapezius area. And again in the shoulder. Now they're going to try and keep the big sexy beast as far away from his corner as possible. But watch this. Into the corner of this big sexy beast. Bradley Graham. Stormbringer follows up with a clothesline. And another one. Yeah, big sexy beast is not going to be he's not going to be put down. He's not going to be put down. Big sexy beast pulling a clothesline out of his own hip pocket and putting the Stormbringer on his back. Boom! Big right from THC. Now it's Dewey Robson's turn to lay in some damage on the big Stormbringer. Watch this now. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Double drop kick. Oh! Double drop kick leaves the Stormbringer looking at the lights. Watch this. 1, 2, and oh! Dewey Robson almost got a 3 count on the Stormbringer. Wouldn't that have been fantastic? Dewey might want to pull that Stormbringer over to his corner a little bit more. Stormy might get a tag. As he rolls up trying to get to a vertical base, Dewey Robson does not want to let him up, but Bringer's just a massive man. He goes where he wants to. Watch this now, into the corner. Oh, Bringer. One blow in the breadbasket, and he's, Irish whip reversal, and Dewey Robson eating a boot. Dewey Robson eating a big boot and not liking it very much. 1, 2. Dewey Robson kicking out, but he is in a bad part of town right now. He is in the bad part of town right now, and it looks like he's going to get a double whammy of his own. 2 feet are better than 1. Sidney Steele laying the boots to the rib area of Dewey Robson, who's in a whole lot of trouble now. It's essentially a 3-on-1 when you get that one man isolated. Watch this now. Look at the power of Sidney Steele. Look at the power as he, look at that. Stalling suplex. Wow. That was impressive. That was impressive. I don't care if you like Sidney Steele or not. The power to muscle Dewey Robson up in that position, then hold him for a good 20 seconds. That was impressive. Wait a minute. Stormbringer sneaking around the ring here. Stormbringer sneaking around the ring here. I'm not exactly sure what it is he's up to. Oh, he's just going to rescue Ronnie Van Zant. Stormy just wanted to rescue Ronnie Van Zant, and it looks like he's done it. Looks like he's snuck his shovel back. Meanwhile, in the rings, Cowboy Bryn Watts is dealing with Dewey Robson rather effectively. You know, Cowboy Bryn Watts is one of the smaller men in this contest. He always finds a way to shine. He always finds a way to stand out. He's such an effective tactician. I can't say enough about the skill level of Cowboy Bryn Watts. But in the ring now is his partner and longtime friend, Stormbringer. Stormbringer laying the knees into the back of Dewey Robson. I'm telling you, folks, that really does hurt. Watch this now. Ref Glenn with a 1-2. Ref Glenn with a 2 count before Dewey Robson got his shoulder up. THC offering words of encouragement to Dewey Robson. Dewey Robson, tough as they come. He's fighting back a little bit. Maybe he can get a tag. Nope. Cowboy Bryn Watts had him cut off at the pass. He's not going to let Dewey Robson get a tag if he can avoid it. Double axe handle to the back. That'll slow you down. Look at the look on the face of Cowboy Bryn Watts. He seriously enjoys. He enjoys doing what he does. He's always thinking and he's always planning. He's several moves ahead. He's got a trick for every trick there is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the damage to Dewey Robson. Look what's going on here. And you know who orchestrated that? That was all orchestrated by that was orchestrated by Cowboy Bryn Watts. Look at that clubbing blow. Sidney Steele putting Dewey Robson down to the canvas. Sidney Steele now measuring Dewey Robson. Look at that. That's just as effective as a headlock by my estimation. You can kick a guy right in the side of the head and put him on Dream Street if you do it properly, I guess. Now Sidney Steele pulling Dewey Robson up. Pulling Dewey Robson up. He's got something in mind, but Dewey Robson's fighting it off. But wait. Gut wrench suplex. Sidney Steele with a gut wrench suplex. 1, 2. Dewey Robson kicking out after 2. That was a pretty impressive suplex. Sidney Steele, he's well versed in pulling Dewey Robson back to a vertical base. Dewey Robson trying to fire back. Sidney Steele will. Dewey Robson is firing back. Dewey Robson might turn the tables here. If he keeps swinging Dewey Robson, Dewey Robson just didn't quite have enough in the tank to put behind those punches. Sidney Steele managed to put him back down. Now Sidney Steele is tagging in the big Stormbringer. The menacing one, the monster, the muscle of this tag team, this trio. Stormbringer with just a left hook, putting Dewey Robson back down on the canvas. When you're that size, a left hook will do the trick. Now watch this off the rope. Big boot. Big boot. That was a big boot, and Dewey Robson absorbed it all. Oh, leg drop, and nobody's home. Dewey Robson managed to get out of the way of that leg drop. Dewey Robson got out of the way, but can he get a tag? Stormbringer shivered his spine from his butt cheeks all the way up to the back of his neck. It looks good on him. Dewey Robson, he's going to make that tag. Dewey Robson's got to make that tag. He has to. Stormbringer's still in the ring. Now we got a big sexy beast. Boom! Down you go. Down you go. Sydney Steele, one for you too. Bring it on. Big sexy beast is cleaning house. One side to the other. He takes Cowboy out. He took Stormbringer out. Now it's time for Sydney Steele. All the way across the ring. I'm losing my voice, folks. Here we go. Boom! Big splash by the big sexy beast. Sydney Steele and all. Oh, wait a minute. Ronnie Van Zant is in the fray now. And he's taking it out on the big sexy beast. Boom, and another one. Dewey Robson back in the ring. He's not going to let big sexy beast take that. Boom, watch this. Dewdrop on the Ronnie Van Zant. Dewdrop on the shovel. Wait a minute, Cowboy Bryn watch. Surprise, Dewey Robson, watch this. Oh my. Oh, into the carbuncle. Watch the slam. Dewey Robson, are you all right? Wait a minute, big sexy beast. Boom, down with the Cowboy Bryn. What a big splash. Are you kidding me? I think he killed him. No, wait a minute. Sydney Steele's in the ring now. What's he looking for? He's looking for big sexy beast to get up. He wants to hit him with. Are you kidding me? That super kick put big sexy beast down. No. Wait a minute, THC, down goes Sydney Steele. Down goes the heavyweight champion. Are you kidding? I can't even keep up with this. I'm losing my voice. THC all the way up to the top rope. Watch this, folks. Frog down! Sydney Steele. He hit him with the frog splash. He got the champion with the frog splash. He got him. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Oh my God, he got him. THC just been the heavyweight champion. THC, big sexy beast, and Dewey Robson, you're winners. Oh my goodness. That was something. Ladies and gentlemen watching at home, I got to apologize. I think I lost my head. That was one exciting match. I know I lost my voice. There are your winners. The big sexy beast, Travis the Heat Copeland, and Dewey Robson. Wow. Folks, that was amazing. This is your old pal Bulldog for Pure Power Wrestling on Power Slam TV. We got to sign off for now, but we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in for our 10th anniversary special. This is your old pal Bulldog signing off. Wow. folks. Welcome to Pure Power Wrestling's 10th anniversary. I'll tell you what ahead of time, if anything goes wrong with this live feed, we're going to blame the gentleman to my left, Shane Anderson. Welcome back to PPW. How are things from the technical side of the table? We'll talk to you later. David Apinko, welcome back. I got a special treat for you, pal. I put extra denture cream in tonight. These puppies are staying firm. We're not going to spin them across the table. Pure Power Wrestling is 10 years old.
Oh my God, a full decade. I cannot believe it. I've had so many amazing memories in this company, so many amazing matches we've all seen, and I can't wait to see what we got in store for tonight.
Oh, baby, tonight we've got a heck of a card. We're going to head up to Jim Dandy, and we're going to get things started right now.
Welcome, everybody, to Pure Power Wrestling's 10th anniversary show, PPWX. Thank you so much for joining us on the live feed this evening. Remember, folks, if you like what you see here tonight, help us out. Help us bring professional wrestling right to you. Hit us up at purepowerwrestling.ca/donate. If you can help us out, we'd appreciate it. We're going to get right into the action, folks. The opening contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by his tag team partner Stormbringer, weighing in at 195 pounds from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Cowboy Bryn Watts.
My goodness, Bulldog, what an incredible way to start off the 10th anniversary show.
Oh! Right there! Sexy cowboy! Sexy cowboy right here!
You know what? Pure Power Wrestling has seen a lot of extremely good wrestlers come and go over the years. But Cowboy Bryn Watts, to me, as far as technical skill, is head and shoulders above the rest. He's the total package.
Absolutely.
I can't say enough about the skill of Cowboy Bryn Watts, to be honest.
Absolutely, and as we look at the two competitors we have in our opening match here tonight, this is the 10th anniversary where we're looking back on the past, but these two guys that we're going to see here right now, these guys are the future. They could lead this company for the next 10 years.
Making his way to the ring, he hails from Taber, Alberta, weighing 196 pounds, Dewey Robson.
Here comes one of the fastest rising stars PPW has seen in its last decade. Dewey Robson he's like a sponge, this guy. He soaks up wrestling knowledge like nobody else.
That's fine, boy! Go on! That's fine! Ain't going nowhere. That's fine!
I've seen a couple interesting items being carried by both people there. Dewey's got the shovel of Stormbringer. Cowboy Bryn Watts has the sunglasses of the big sexy beast.
You know what's funny is Stormbringer and Cowboy Bryn Watts have been collecting other people's things for the last several months. It's amazing they should be upset when somebody else goes along and collects one of their items.
It's almost as if turnabout is fair play.
But we know what that shovel means to the Stormbringer.
Oh,
He
yes.
names it.
Back! Ronnie Van Zant comes home with me, you loser!
You see what I mean? Stormbringer is more concerned about the shovel than he is about the match.
I think I legitimately saw him cry when the last shovel was broken.
I really, I had an emotional reaction. I felt bad for the man. Honestly, it was a very sad moment for Stormbringer.
But it's sure to be an emotional matchup for these two of the greatest competitors.
Wait There we go. Referee Curtis calling for the bell.
Now, as I was saying, this is sure to be an emotional affair between these two of the great young competitors we have in PPW, competing for a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship.
Well, Cowboy Bryn Watts has a couple of distinct advantages. One of them is experience, and the other is about 280, 290 pounds.
Sexy cowboy! Sexy cowboy! Sexy cowboy!
Say what you will about the antics of Stormbringer, he brings a ton of experience to that tag team, the Bad Seeds.
He's sorry to interrupt you. He's what you call a grizzled veteran, as he's to almost lock up. Cowboy Bryn Watts playing a little bit of cat and mouse here.
And in the couple of years that Cowboy and Stormbringer have been teaming up, he's just been soaking in all of that information, all of those veteran instincts. This is a guy way more talented than his years in the business would suggest.
You're not kidding. And look at these two struggling for an advantage. This collar and elbow tie-up ends up with a standing side headlock, and Dewey Robson struggling to hang on to it. Cowboy Bryn Watts sneaks out the back door and grabs a hammerlock. Now we'll see if Dewey can reverse this or get out of this hammerlock. That's painful on the shoulder, I'll tell you. There you go. That's a nice, simple reversal done very, very well. Dewey Robson is just one of the finest students of wrestling. You see that headlock takeover. He's got good control over Cowboy Bryn Watts right in the middle of that ring.
As you see, Cowboy going for the leg scissors on the head there, certainly technically accomplished. Dewey really excels at the quick aerial game, so we can see Cowboy's already trying to neutralize that.
You know, Dewey Robson does he does excel at the aerial kind of stuff, but he's also he's coming along with his technical game, and I mean he's having a good go with Cowboy Bryn Watts right now.
And I gotta say, some of the most memorable matches we've seen in the last few years in PPW have involved these three men. Bad Seeds teaming with Dewey Robson and oftentimes Travis the Heat Copeland, who you'll see in tonight's main event. Just some incredible action from all three, and, well, including THC, all four of those men.
Yeah, you're right about that. You can throw Jumpin Josh in the mix because he's had his fair share of ring time against both the Bad Seeds. Now watch this now. Oh, Dewey Robson just about snuck one there. Cowboy Bryn Watts, he's just got that viciousness about him. Every hold and every time he strikes, it's so. I mean, look at him. There's just a lot of spite in everything he does, and he's so crisp. Just to watch the technique is amazing. Dewey Robson really struggling to get out of this headlock. There you go.
And Bulldog, as a veteran of the ring, I mean, how much does that do when you're really trying to cut off the circulation there? Like, especially early on into a match like this.
It can mess with your equilibrium. It can kind of like, early on it's a little bit difficult to kind of really throw a guy into a daze, but you can. It's how you wear a guy down, I guess, is the best way to put it. Dewey Robson, house of fire here. Look at that arm drag. Look at the elevation on the drop kick.
This man is just so fast, you can barely keep up with him. Speaking of, Cowboy booking it out of the ring. Stormbringer trying to get a little counseling into his man.
Cowboy wants to slow this down so he can pick his shots and have so much more effect. He's really a methodic, technical kind of wrestler, and he'll take his time. And I mean, with Stormbringer on the outside, he's got all night long to wait for things to go his way, to wait for the correct opening. That's why he's regrouping on the outside.
Because he knows what's on the line here. As we did mention before, the winner of this match will challenge for the PPW Cruiserweight Championship at a later date, so this is certainly not a match that Cowboy or Robson, for that matter, wants to take lightly.
Oh, you know what? Either one of these guys would make a fantastic Cruiserweight champion.
100% agree.
Yeah. I mean, and to take nothing away from Jumpin Josh. Oh, watch this.
Bad Seeds doing as the Bad Seeds do. Stormbringer bring the distraction as Cowboy just comes in with that vicious side.
That's that 290-pound advantage on the outside. You cannot understate the value of that kind of advantage. Because now watch, Cowboy Bryn Watts, now that he's got an advantage, he's going to take his time and he's going to pick his shots, and this is where he really does his best damage. Watch.
And especially targeting the legs there, a very effective strategy against a high flyer like Robson.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Bulldog, we're sitting 20 feet away. I felt that from here.
Oh. Dewey Robson, welcome to the big leagues. That one hurt. Look at this now.
Once again, as you see, Cowboy came into this match with a strategy, and he is sticking to that. Neutralize the speed, neutralize the aerial offense right away.
Yeah, now he's trying to cut off the air supply that Dewey Robson is going to be gasping to get now. Watch this as he... Oh, that's got to be uncomfortable. That's got to be uncomfortable. Dewey Robson, you can see how he's been slowed down, almost neutralized, as you say, David Opinka.
Cowboy fully confident, but Robson trying to fight back, but so far to no avail.
You know what? Dewey Robson won't stop trying to fight back. He's got so much heart, you know. And sometimes I would wonder if discretion might be the better part of valor, because he could walk out of here with a serious injury sometime because he doesn't know when to quit. You know what I mean?
And he's never going to quit. If there's one word that I would use to describe Dewey Robson, it's resilient.
That's
but
probably,
man,
let's see how he... Oh.
Whoa!
Wow.
Good night, Cowboy.
Wow.
Flying out of the ring.
Stuff that Texas cloverleaf, and watch this now.
Oh!
Sliding drop kick to the outside. Dewey Robson. Stormbringer is upset. Listen to him.
Stormbringer's yelling? What? I couldn't hear you. That never happens.
Cowboy Bryn Watts on the outside still. He a little bit dazed.
Oh! Robson's got the cowboy hat.
Not only did he take Ronnie Van Zant, but now he's got Bryn Watts'
honestly,
signature cowboy hat.
I gotta say, Dewey looks good in the cowboy hat. Maybe it suits him better.
Watch this now. Dewey Robson on the outside chasing Cowboy Bryn Watts, and
oh!
Bryn Watts had that one scouted, dropping an elbow into the back of Dewey Robson. Watch this now. Watch this.
Oh! And that is why you don't try to take it a personal offense to the Cowboy.
If there was a wrestling textbook with photographs, Cowboy Bryn Watts would be in every single page, teaching you how to deliver every single move. He is picture perfect.
So smooth, so crisp, and once again, back to that same cutting off the circulation strategy.
Now, folks at home, I don't know if you've ever taken a suplex like Dewey Robson has just taken, but it really does take a lot of air out of you. It kind of disorients you. And the way Cowboy Bryn Watts delivers it, he was off his feet, and his weight added to the impact that Dewey Robson took. And that, I mean, that's how you do it, kid. You want to watch a perfect suplex, you watch Cowboy Bryn Watts.
And just a moment ago, you saw Cowboy almost getting a little bit too aggressive after his hat was stolen, like almost got himself disqualified.
Well, that kind of threw him into a fit. You want to upset Stormbringer, you take Ronnie Van Zant. You want to offend Cowboy Bryn Watts, mess with the man's hat. Look at this now. Dewey Robson all the way across the ring with a nice clothesline.
Somehow,
Cowboy on his back.
Somehow still working with so much speed. I don't even know how you do that at this point.
Neither do I. To be honest, I don't know how he's standing after some of the punishment he's taking.
Oh!
There's a nice scoop and a slam. Now Dewey Robson driving the elbow into the chest of Cowboy Bryn Watts. Ref Curtis with a 2. Ref Curtis with a 2 count. You know, Dewey Robson doesn't really get frustrated easily. He doesn't get that frustrated. He's willing to hang in. He's there for the long run. His endurance is phenomenal. And, I mean, this kid's going to be a star. He's got champion written all over him in my book.
Absolutely. If there's one thing Robson's really good at, it's staying cool, calm, and collected. And those are the things that you need to have in this business. If you find yourself getting frustrated, oh, wow! Then again, that can happen.
You got to stay calm when you're facing perfection. You do. If you're waiting for Cowboy Bryn Watts to make a mistake, you're going to be here a long, long time. It's going to be hard to find an opening. Dewey Robson has his work cut out for him.
After that pitch-perfect drop, you see Stormbringer almost in disbelief that wasn't 3 as Cowboy throws Robson outside to the floor. And Stormbringer once again getting involved.
Watch this now. You know, this does 2 things. It keeps Dewey Robson on his heels. Wait a minute now. Not with Ronnie. Ronnie Van Zant isn't even in this match. I don't know what Stormbringer's doing.
Shovel to the side of the head.
You know, as I was saying, it keeps the offense on Dewey Robson, but it also gives Cowboy Bryn Watts a good 30 seconds to get oxygenated and get a bit of a rest. And now he looks crisp as a nice brand new $20 bill from an
Oh!
Wow.
I told you I felt the last one. That one just about cut through my chest.
Oh man, you know there's a smack and you hear that thud and oh wait a minute, watch Dewey Robson reverse this. Watch this. Another try. What? Watch.
Oh!
That's the part of the ring that really hurts.
Bryn Watts getting it.
Look at
Oh!
that. Look at that creativity.
A little variation on a 619
I
there.
don't know where Dewey Robson comes up with it, but
I
every
don't-
week he's got something new. Watch
I don't
this.
know, but I like it. Now, what's he
seen
got in
this
store
before.
here?
I've seen this before. This is really something. Look at the out.
Oh! See, that's the advantage of having a guy on the outside. Stormbringer telling Cowboy moves. He goes for the cover. Stormbringer telling his man, get out of the way.
You
And
know,
Cowboy's
Stormbringer
listening.
would keep his role to that of a coach. I wouldn't have a problem with him being out here, but he does a lot more than coach. He brings Ronnie Van Zant and the two of them get involved. He distracts the referee so that Cowboy can do, whatever it is he wants to do that's illegal. He's more than just a coach, and that really kind of irks me.
I mean, in a way, a coach has got to do what he's got to do to get his people in the win column. That's what Stormbringer's doing.
It's kept these two very, very successful. Whether you like them or not, they are very successful. And you can see the result of the success happening right now to Dewey Robson's left hand.
I guarantee you, if we had tag team titles, the Bad Seeds would be the champions. You see how well they work together. Oh! I think Dewey can kiss any chance of going up to the top rope goodbye.
That was a good 5-foot drop right down on his knee. Folks, that hurts like you would not believe. Watch this now. Outside of the ring. Ref. Ow. Oh. All I can say is ow. Maybe it's because I'm 50 and I can feel everything in my knee just tearing when I watch that. But wait a minute. See,
Oh, no.
This is what
No,
I
no,
mean.
no.
There's, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Cowboy Bryn Watts has far too much skill to have to resort to this. I don't know why a guy on that level would want a victory that way. I mean, how are you going to enjoy your celebration after? How is that possible?
I think the Bad Seeds are the mind that a win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get it.
And that's what's kept these guys very successful in pure power wrestling. You know, you gotta give it up to them because they do what works.
Oh!
Watch this, coast to coast. Cowboy Bryn Watts, the most spiteful. Watch.
Oh! Good timing as Robson rolls him up. 1, 2. I thought that
was
might have been
close.
it.
Let's see if Dewey can keep
Oh! I think the answer to that question is no.
No. 1, 2. Oh. That was awful. So, see, Cowboy Bryn was clever enough to go for a Kevin right after. I mean, 1, 2. I'm surprised he's not trying a third time. Because it takes so much energy to kick out from a good cover, and if a guy kicks out one time, he might not kick out at 3 the very next time. So Cowboy Bryn Watts doubles up on his covers quite often, you'll notice, and I don't see many other guys doing that.
Oh!
Another suplex.
Once again, picture perfect from the Cowboy. How?
Wow.
I'm struggling to think, what does Dewey Robson need to do to get the upper hand in this match?
Well, it's almost impossible. You know, I mean, the cards are stacked against him so much. He's wrestling 2-on-1.
Oh!
And the one guy he's supposed to be competing against, the one guy that just knocked a few teeth across the ring, Cowboy Bryn Watts, has about 10, 15 years experience on him. So, I mean, I don't know what I would tell Dewey Robson if I was his wrestling coach right now, because I'd be begging the referee to kick the Stormbringer out of here so we could at least have a fair match.
Yeah, we talk a big game about the resiliency of Dewey Robson. That guy just took one of the stiffest punches I've ever seen, and somehow was still able to kick out.
Yeah, like I said, Cowboy knocked a few of his teeth across the ring, I think. That was a good right hook. And now Dewey, oh, wait a minute. See if Dewey is going to, oh, chin buster.
And that might have been exactly the opening that Robson needs, just giving him a few extra seconds to catch his breath, let that circulation return, and maybe, just maybe, get back up to his feet.
Stormbringer trying to get his man to Stormbringer. He won't quit. He's egging him on. Get going, Cowboy. But Dewey Robson to his feet first. Watch this.
Oh!
Watch and listen. That was one of the worst chops. Cowboy Bryn watch. You can see the pain on his face from that. But turnabout is fair play because Cowboy Bryn Watts laid a few of those chops into Dewey Robson's chest, so Dewey Robson firing back with a few of his own.
As you see, Robson's just taken so much offense, even just getting in the next hit at this point is becoming a struggle for him. Cowboy, he's still got quite a bit left in him. Oh no.
Watch
oh
this
no.
Oh.
Robson blocks.
Dewey read that one. Here we go.
Oh! Is that it? Oh, Robson says no. He's got something else in mind. Oh!
I love that variation of a neck breaker. Cowboy Bryn Watts does not like that variation of a neck breaker, but Dewey Robson knows it really well. 2 3/4. Stormbringer looking a little bit worried. Cowboy Bryn Watts looking a little bit worn. And Dewey Robson looking like he might be in control of this one. You see, tenacity pays off if you're willing to hang in.
Well, what's Dewey got in mind here? Something good, that's for sure.
Got all kinds of time. Cowboy Bryn Watts still is coming to his senses. He's not really... Watch this. Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Look at the instincts of the...
Stormbringer laying into Dewey Robson.
Oh! But the instincts of Cowboy, the millisecond that he saw Robson on the ropes, he knew he needed to act now.
It didn't hurt to have the Stormbringer on the outside helping orient him to where. Watch it.
Oh no.
Cowboy making sure he's not going to slide off this time. Wham into the corner.
Oh! That's gotta be it. What?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me? 2 9/10. Oh my goodness. Bryn Watts doubling up on the pin attempt again, but only getting a 2 count.
I gotta say, I'm in just as much disbelief as Stormbringer is. How on earth Robson kicked out of that, I will never know.
He is one of the toughest guys. I'm telling you, he's been getting 2 of these guys beaten on him for the better part of 20 minutes now.
I gotta say, whether or not Dewey wins this match and challenges for the Cruiserweight title, he's got the heart of a champion.
You could say that again. Now, Cowboy Bryn Watts going up top. This is no man's land when you're a heavyweight, but these guys, watch this. Oh! I cannot believe it. Cowboy missed that missile drop.
Dewdrop!
Dewey
That's it.
The dewdrop.
That's gotta be it.
Has he got enough to cover 1,
2?
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. Did you see how close that was?
Bulldog, set up a tent. We're going to be here all night.
Get my Ativan. I cannot settle myself down. This is too exciting. That was so close. Wow.
The top rope has not been treating either competitor fairly.
Those guys. One more dewdrop. Dewey calling for another one. Stormbringer trying to let Cowboy know where it's coming at me.
Oh no! Cowboy catches him!
Texas Cloverleaf! Will Dewey Robson submit? Will he tap?
Robson's got a long way to go to get to the ropes.
He is he's right in the center of the ring. Whoa, look at this now. Look at this now.
He might as well be 10 miles away as Robson inches closer to the ropes. Can he get it?
Look at the heart. Can he reach it? No. Oh, I was hoping he would make it. I want this match to go on. This is unreal. Dewey Robson so close to tapping, but he's just refusing.
He's got it!
He got the rope. Bryn Watts refusing to let go until the very last second.
Cowboy knows he's got to count a 5, and by God, he's going to hold on till 4 9/10.
Oh my goodness. Folks, you're watching the very first match of our 10th anniversary special. I am Bulldog McBain, and yes, I am about to have a stroke. This is something else. Dewey Robson and Cowboy Bryn Watts have been tearing it up. Dewey Robson's showing so much heart. Watch this. No, again to the outside.
Oh.
Right where that Stormbringer is waiting.
I'll give you guys a little context if you've never been in the PPW training room before. That's a tiny layer of foam on concrete. And that is a man almost 300 pounds.
Delivering a left hook to somebody he's got no business putting his hands on. Again, Cowboy Bryn Watts gets a good half minute to catch his breath and rest and redevise his strategy. And on the outside, Dewey Robson gets nothing but more offense. Oh, I hope Ref Curtis throws this out.
Oh!
On second thought, I'm glad Ref Curtis let this one go.
Stormbringer just about decapitating his tag team partner.
You reap what you sow, and those boys been planting seeds for a long... Well, they are the bad seeds. Give me a break. You reap what you sow.
That's got to be not just a match ender. That's got to be a face ender.
Dewey Robson back in the ring, beating the count. I think Cowboy Bryn Watts will too, but the...
Dewey Robson putting it all on the line.
Both bad seeds are down. Cowboy Bryn Watts is motionless. Dewey Robson, he'll get back in the ring in time, no doubt.
We told you, this man is resilient. I didn't know how he was taking all that punishment, but he is somehow firmly in command now.
He doesn't actually want a count-out victory, which would guarantee him that. Look at the high knee. A count-out victory would guarantee him that title shot. He wants a pinfall victory. That's why he put Cowboy back in the ring. Watch this. Oh, I love how Dewey gets that elevation right in the chin with that drop kick.
Robson wanting to prove that he is, in fact, the better man and the best person to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship. He could have easily gotten a count-out win.
Stormbringer still not quite coming back to his senses. Dewey Robson, as you said, in firm control. Irish whip reversed by Cowboy. What is this?
Oh, no.
Not again. Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa. 1, 2, 3.
He got
it.
Dewey Robson got him.
Robson.
He got him. Now take my advice, kid. Get out of town before that wrecking ball grabs a hold of you.
The winner, Dewey Robson.
Dewey's got Ronnie Van Zant. Dewey's got Robbie Van Zant. And he's got a victory over Cowboy Bryn Watts.
And he's got a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship.
And that's just our first match.
My goodness, Bulldog, this match would main event any other wrestling show in the country. This is our opening match.
You know, Stormbringer would probably hate me for saying so. But wait a minute. Whoa. Oh.
Cowboy Bryn Watts obviously furious with his partner.
Whoa. Stormbringer just lost Ronnie Van Zant again. And he may have lost Cowboy Bryn Watts.
Stormbringer is, I'm not sure if you could hear it, saying it was an accident. He did not mean to hit Cowboy with the shovel.
You know, Stormbringer may hate me for saying so, but I'm going to tell you anyways. This guy's contributed to Pure Power Wrestling a lot more than most people will actually remember. I'm not sure if fans remember many years ago when Pure Power Wrestling used to hold shows at the Boys and Girls Club. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Well, Stormbringer was with us back then. He actually wrestled, I think, his tag team partner with Dan the Beast Severn back then.
Yes.
You remember that match?
Oh, yes. Dan Severn coming to Lethbridge. That was my very first memory of Pure Power Wrestling. I actually met him at King of Trade, one of our great sponsors at PPW earlier in the day. Such a nice guy outside of the ring. Such a badass inside.
Dan Severn is absolutely amazing. In Pure Power Wrestling, I mean, all I can say is we were glad to have him. Listen, promise me you won't tell Stormbringer that he did something nice, because as far as he's concerned, he wants to smash people in this place, and he's got no happy memories. I was talking to him earlier. There's nothing happy about this, I can't remember what he called it, this dive. Folks, we're going to go back up to Jim Danby.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit and is a Clash of the Titans. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by his tag team partner, Cowboy Bryn, weighing in at 282 pounds from Galveston, Texas, Stormbringer!
Now, the real question here is, how is Stormbringer going to fare? He is still flustered. You saw the way that he left the ring just a few moments ago, as he may or may not have cost Cowboy his shot at the Cruiserweight title. In fact, where is Stormbringer?
Where is Stormbringer is a very good question. Maybe he's still trying to... Oh, boy. Clearly, Cowboy Bryn Watt's still upset at Stormbringer for inadvertently striking him with the shovel, Ronnie Van Zant. But you know what? You reap what you sow, son. That's all I got to say. You reap what you sow.
Hey, you gotta wonder, what kind of condition is Stormbringer gonna be in for this match? He's taking on the Big Sexy Beast.
Oh.
That's a man where you need to be on your A game just to stand a chance. Stormbringer is not in a good place.
His opponent,
Sexy
weighing
Beast.
in at 369 pounds and coming to you from the back room of the Love Boutique, Bradley Graham, the Big Sexy Beast.
Here's a guy who once body slammed Steve Rivers 10 times in a row. That was years. That was also at the Boys and Girls Club. 10 times in a row he's body, and that's a 320-pound man.
I know you've been in the gym with Big Sexy Beast. You can vouch for how strong he is, but my goodness, I've seen this man do feats of strength that I didn't think was possible. Yet he's still fun-loving, fun guy, but he kicks so much ass.
I've been in the gym with him lots over the years, and the last time we got to train together, he was bench pressing 455 pounds for reps.
Oh.
This guy has... Oh, wait a second.
I was asking what kind of state of mind Stormbringer's going to be in. He's in a pissed off, furious, flustered, confused bit of everything.
He thought he'd start things a little bit early, and looks like the Big Sexy Beast was ready to be humping and bumping.
That is still one of my favorite and least favorite sayings in professional wrestling, humping and bumping.
I think you're right about Stormbringer's frame of mind, though. I mean, with Cowboy Bryn Watts not being at ringside, I mean, clearly the Stormbringer is distracted. And like you said, you don't want to be distracted when you're wrestling a guy who could bench press a Buick, you know what I mean?
And you can see this match is underway. Stormbringer is still calling for Bryn Watts, still pleading and apologizing for costing him that match.
Well, you know, like I said, you reap what you sow. And unfortunately, I mean, Stormbringer may be distracted for the entire match, and it may cost him the match.
Now that we both men back in the ring, we are calling this a Clash of the Titans. Two of the largest, strongest men that have ever competed in pure power wrestling. The fact that Big Sexy Beast just took down Stormbringer like that is a testament to his power.
the fact that the Stormbringer needed an eye rake in order to get that Irish whip off is a testament to his humping and bumping. Is a testament to his attitude, I guess we'll call it. Look at that Irish whip.
And for frame of reference, everyone, imagine you just got hit by a bus. That's what it feels like to have Bradley Graham charge into you. Boom! 3 buses.
Even though the Stormbringer weighs close to 300 pounds himself, that is a lot of impact for any human to absorb. And Bradley Graham is an ex-football player. He knows how to throw that weight around.
I gotta say, Bulldog, we've probably seen Stormbringer in hundreds of matches in PPW. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take this level of control over the Stormbringer and be this dominant against him.
Very few people can match power. I mean, mass moves mass. It's quite simple. And Stormbringer's a massive man. He's, like I said, nearly 300 pounds. He's got it.
Here comes Cowboy.
Cowboy Bryn Watts is finally made up with the Stormbringer. Watch this.
Whoa!
Stormbringer in the hard way. That'll hurt an old man's hips. Watch this. Bradley Graham. Bam! Bradley Graham, the big sexy beast, in control of this one, rolling the Stormbringer over, going for a pinfall. 1, 2. Ref Glenn with a 2.5.
Now, as we see Bryn Watts come back out to the ring, what must be going through his mind right now? We saw him leave the ring a few minutes ago, very angry, and yet he's back out here, hopefully in the corner of Stormbringer. I don't really know.
Whoa! Oh.
Stormbringer just able to avoid that tackle, and thank goodness he did. Cowboy still working on behalf of the Stormbringer.
They're a team. Going on that thigh area of Bradley Graham. You mentioned Cowboy Bryn Watts leaving here angry. He's always angry. He left angry. He came back angry. I mean, the spite on the face of that man, the menacing look that he's always got. He's always angry, and I think that's his advantage.
Bad seeds, hugging it out, reconciling. But what they don't realize is Bradley Graham is getting back to his feet.
Not for long. Stormbringer capitalizing on the damage Cowboy Bryn Watts did on the outside. Now, the best way to stop that big sassy beast is take out one of those legs, and you can see Stormbringer's having his way.
I was just about to ask you, Bulldog, I know you've warred many times with these two men over the years. How do you take down someone as large, as strong, and as experienced as both of these men are?
You gotta have a plan. To be honest, when I was wrestling, I had my brother on the outside. That was always a plan, We always come out with a game plan together.
Now, Stormbringer wisely targeting the legs of Bradley Graham. He knows you take out those legs, you take out so much of that power.
It's very difficult to take out a leg that size. I mean, Bradley Graham has tree trunks for legs.
And Cowboy getting in there as well.
Look at that.
And you got to think on that kind of massive frame, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's got to apply to that as well.
But Bradley Graham is, he's not just a powerhouse. He's a pretty tough dude. Here's a guy who went toe-to-toe with Kyle Sebastian a good year and a half ago. They had a crazy hardcore match, and 1 month later they had a cage match.
I gotta say, that cage match is one of my favorite memories over the 10 years of Pure Power Wrestling. Bradley Graham, Kyle Sebastian.
Launching Kyle Sebastian off the top of that cage. Do you remember through the table?
That was absolutely surreal, and we've hardly ever seen Kyle Sebastian since, and that's a testament to just how incredibly damaging Bradley Graham can be.
Well, you throw a guy 20 feet through a table. Folks, this wrestling ring actually does hurt when you hit it from a low height. Kyle Sebastian was 20 feet in the air, smashed through that table like it was nothing, and believe me, those hurt. And we haven't seen him since. Wait a second now. Bad Seeds.
Trying to recoup, find a new strategy.
Yeah,
they
making a
have
new
their
plan.
fights, but they're still trying to work together effectively as a team. And Cowboy, those are the glasses of Bradley Graham's that Cowboy stole last fall.
You see how these two work, you know? Just like a well-oiled machine. They knew exactly what each other was thinking. And, you know, Stormbringer able to capitalize on that. Bradley Graham, you can see the red and swelling around his left knee. I think that's from the damage that Cowboy Bryn Watts did.
And Stormbringer, let's be real, is quite known for his wacky antics and just...
Bradley Graham! Not
Stop me right in my tracks.
Not gonna be beaten down. 1-2. It's a 2 count. Bradley Graham will not be stopped. He is a tough competitor, as I was saying before. He took a pounding from Kyle Sebastian, who is veteran enough to know how to wrestle a big man. And Kyle Sebastian and Bradley Graham beat the hell out of each other for several months. Now going straight to the eyes. Stormbringer, I don't know how many illegal tactics this guy's going to pull out, but
all of them is my guess.
Breaker. He's not afraid to pull them out at any time, because if it's going to gain him an advantage, he'll take advantage. I mean, that's how wrestling works.
Absolutely. As I was saying before, as much as Stormbringer is known for his wackier antics, this guy is intelligent. He is a strategist. He comes into every match with a plan, and more often than not, it pays off. But my goodness, did you see the power of Graham just throwing Stormbringer off of him with that cover, like as if he was nothing?
Like he was a lightweight.
Yeah.
You know, to add to what you were saying, Stormbringer is also very, very experienced. He's been living and breathing wrestling since he was a child. You know, he was a child during the whole 1980s. He absorbed wrestling in that entire generation. And as soon as he was old enough to train, that's exactly what he did. And he's been wrestling ever since. His experience goes back further than a lot of these guys have combined.
Oh!
Big boot putting Bradley Graham on his back.
One of the biggest boots you're ever going to see in Pure Power Wrestling. And
But coming up short with the leg drop.
Bradley Graham gets out of the ring, try to catch his breath, but he's got to always keep his mind on the Cowboy.
Yeah, he's got to be looking over his shoulder constantly, because Cowboy Bryn Watts, he knows when to take advantage. Watch this now.
You see Cowboy circling the ring, never taking his eyes off of Graham.
Bradley
oh,
Graham.
no.
Whoa! I was just going to say the safest place for Bradley Graham would be inside the ring, but unfortunately,
oh, no.
Wait a minute.
Whoa!
Oh!
Oh, no!
Are you kidding me? Oh!
The Bad Seeds having a bad day!
Malfunction at the junction. Let's...
Turnabout once again is fair play. As Bradley Graham looks
My
at...
goodness,
Whoa!
are you kidding me?
Oh! Oh,
that
no!
backfired! That backfired!
Graham, we know how strong you are, but Stormbringer's almost 300 pounds.
And they've been working on the left leg of the big sexy beast for several minutes. I'm sure that's what happened. His left knee buckled. Stormbringer ended up on top of him.
Sorry to interrupt. Referee's at a count of 8, 9. Cowboy grabs onto the foot of Graham.
It's a double count out. It's a double count out.
Has come to a double count out.
Bradley Graham saying no. So I'm not even sure what to make of the situation here. We got a double count out, but Bradley Graham is not happy about that. Oh no. And the Bad Seeds are not happy with each other.
Andy Graham wants to finish this. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Sexy cowboy.
Bad seeds making up.
Cowboy. Oh, I'm sorry, Bringer.
But they're not having a very good night. They are not having a good night, David Apinko.
I mean, the bad seeds have had their minor discrepancies over the years, but I don't know if I've ever seen something quite like this. Stormbringer first accidentally costing Cowboy his match, and then you gotta think, Cowboy might have almost cost Stormbringer that match as well.
You gotta say, and you know, you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. Folks, I gotta thank you all for joining us with this 10th anniversary show for us. This has been, well, it's been a heck of a ride for me. I've been with Pure Power Wrestling from day one, and the only other person in this company who's been here from day one is our current Pure Power Wrestling heavyweight champion, Sidney Steele. Did you know that, David Apinko?
Absolutely. And Sidney Steele, I'm not sure if people know this, but he actually used to be a cruiserweight. You wouldn't guess that to look at him now. Like, he has packed on a lot of muscle over the years and just continually worked to improve his game in every single way. We will, of course, later tonight see Steele defend the PPW Heavyweight Championship against Travis the Heat Copeland.
Oh, I can't wait.
That feud has been going on for over a full year now, and tonight's main event must have a winner.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a barn burner. But before we go on, folks, I want to give a couple of shout-outs and a couple of thank yous. We would be completely remiss as a professional company if we did not thank Gothic Knight. I know all of our fans remember Gothic Knight as a performer, and they're used to seeing his face around for so many years. He was instrumental in getting Pure Power Wrestling off the ground. He's a good friend of mine. And, you know, in the very beginning, I trained with Gothic Knight. He helped bring me into the business, and he ran me to death. And once I started wrestling, that big SOB and I beat the absolute hell out of each other. We beat each other bloody sometimes. For the better part of 2 years, we tore it up. It was a lot of fun. And I think we'd also be remiss as a company if we didn't express a great deal of gratitude to Massive Damage and Monster Pro Wrestling from Edmonton, Alberta. That guy has produced so many amazing wrestlers who have been able to work with Pure Power Wrestling. And just to name a few, he's on a campaign right now for the Cruiserweight title. Chris Parrish, my old tag team partner, the Irishman. Incidentally, one of my favorite PPW moments was in a dog collar chain match with the Irishman. We went and hid a sack of potatoes under the ring. Yeah.
Because of course you did.
And at the right moment, my brother pulled that bag of spuds out and gave it to him, and I just yelled at him, "Fiddly dee potatoes," and I hit him with a bag of potatoes right in the chops. It was my favorite moment in the last 10 years of Pure Power Wrestling.
Well, Bulldog, I think we could go on all night with our favorite stories of PPW, but we still got 2 incredible matches left to go, so let's head it back up to Jim Dandy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit, and it is for the PPW Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, weighing in at 204 pounds, from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Tyler Knox.
Now, Tyler Knox is a guy been in the wrestling business a little under a year now, but my goodness, the potential that we have seen from this man, whether he captures the Cruiserweight Championship tonight or not, he will someday. I can say that with confidence.
Tyler Knox is he's an impressive rookie. He's really come a long way, and he's learning. He's got so much potential.
And his opponent, he is the Pure Power Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion, weighing 156 pounds, from Lethbridge, Alberta, Jumpin John!
And Bodog, here's why I wish we could have had fans in attendance for tonight. Every single time Jumpin' Josh comes out and we have fans in attendance, they just go insane for this man. Jumpin' Josh, one of the most popular wrestlers I have ever seen in person.
This kid has got heart. He's got an arsenal of moves that'll blow your mind. And he's so young. He's got a bright future in professional wrestling. He's got a strong work ethic. And he's got the Cruiserweight Championship.
Absolutely been one of the great champions in PPW history. He may not be the biggest man we have in this company, but it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
You're darn tootin' about that. And that's, I mean, the Jumpin' Josh at 156 pounds has beaten Cowboy Bryn Watts with the Stormbringer on the outside.
Oh?
This is new.
That is the music for, I believe, Cyanide.
That's Cyanide.
What is he doing out here?
And that is Cyanide.
Well, this man certainly ain't a cruiserweight. And he is not part of this match scheduled here tonight.
I want to know what's going on. We're not going to have to wait very long. Cyanide heading to the ring with the microphone. That's another guy I got some fond memories with.
How you been doing, guys? I've been away a little while, but I've been watching. And something I've been noticing is that Tyler Knox cannot do this on his own. Tyler, I've watched you take every dirty, underhanded shortcut there is. A guy like me knows how a guy like you thinks. And tonight on PPWX, the fans deserve a real title match. So with all that in mind, PPW management has asked me to come out here and let you know that there will be a special guest referee for this match.
Oh my.
And that referee is me.
Oh
boy. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Cyanide, guest referee, Tyler Knox, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Now you're going to have to do this fair and square and facing Jumpin' Josh. You know what? I don't want to take anything away from Tyler Knox because, like I said, this rookie is really something else. He is really on fire. But I got to give the edge to Jumpin' Josh. This kid has been in this position more times, and he's come out on top against so many odds. He's got so much heart. He's got the edge. Tyler Knox, I wish you the best of luck in a fair contest. I really do. But I'm not sure you can win it. There's the bell to start this one. It is going to be fun.
Now, for a little background on why Cyanide is out here, Tyler Knox debuted with Pure Power Wrestling last summer, and, you know, at first he seemed like a pretty upstanding guy, seemed like he just wanted to do a good job in the ring, but as soon as he joined forces with Vinny Valentine, well, he became very much like the people that Vinny Valentine associates himself with.
Yeah.
And that is not a good thing if you're trying to be a morally upstanding person. In addition to the attitude, this guy's just got increasingly aggressive, but also increasingly technically proficient.
Look how quick Jumpin' Josh pulled that headlock takeover. I'm having mouth troubles already, David, I think, and we're barely halfway through.
And if Jumpin' Josh gets going as fast as he does, I don't know how we're going to keep up with him.
I can't think as fast as that kid moves, man. It's unbelievable. Tyler Knox, though, with a really good head scissors. Jumpin' Josh going to have to roll his hips around and try and escape. There he goes. Watch this. Up and over.
Now, I believe it was back in September of last year. That's when Knox first challenged for the Cruiserweight Championship. And while he was not successful in that match, I think that match has really lit the fire under him that, yes, he's new, but he feels like he needs to capture that Cruiserweight Championship. He's got a taste for the gold, and he's not going to rest until he gets it.
You're right. He's been chasing it relentlessly. And I hate to say it because I sound like a stuck record, but if he would focus more on there you go, more on developing his skill and less on developing the shortcuts, then in the long run he'll be a more fundamentally sound champion and able to retain a lot longer. Shortcuts only get you so far.
Absolutely. As Jumpin' Josh looks to fight back into this guy has just got so much heart and just such a genuine person. You just can't help but root for him.
And Jumpin' Josh has never taken a shortcut in his life, I don't think. He's got, like I said, a solid work ethic and a lot of...
Oh!
Wow.
And Knox using his size and power advantage. He's right at the upper limit of being a cruiserweight. And Josh is certainly one of the smaller competitors we've seen over the years.
Yeah, the only other competitor I can think of with the same physique as Jumpin' Josh is a guy who used to wrestle as Death Wish. And let me tell you, I used to love pounding on that little runt.
You were quite good at doing that.
I loved pounding on that little runt. It was fun.
But Jumpin' Josh is just a whole nother animal. Oh! As I'm sure we're about to see in this match, this guy's just so quick.
He's quick and he's skilled. Like, Jumpin' Josh is still learning at an incredible pace. You know, for a kid so young, he's really seen a lot of success. He's had that Cruiserweight title for about a year now, I guess, eh?
And he's already had quite a few big highlights. I believe it was in 2019. He was in a ladder match against Cowboy Bryn Watts. That was one of my favorite matches I've seen in this promotion.
That was a violent match. Jumpin' Josh earned his stripes that night. Oh.
Tyler Knox just putting in the work, beating down the champion.
Maybe a little frustrated because he just headed straight for a kick to the abdomen. No collar and elbow tie-up, no attempt at an Irish whip, just boom, straight to the guts. Oh, still punching. Jumpin' Josh not going to have any of it and fires back with a couple of rights. Now the forearm. Boom, boom, boom.
I think we're seeing a whole new aggressive side to Jumpin' Josh. He's been through so many shenanigans that Knox has tried to pull over the last almost year now, and he wants to just win this match and get this feud over with. I couldn't blame him if that's what he's thinking.
See how quickly Jumpin' Josh ducked under that attempted a collar elbow tie-up, took a waist lock from a rear waist lock. Tyler Knox, however, turning things around with a standing side headlock. See if he can manage to get Jumpin' Josh onto the mat with this. Oh, Jumpin' Josh going to fight out. Jumpin' Josh going to fight out Irish whip. Sorry, not an Irish whip.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm getting all confused again.
Jumpin' Josh just jumping and... Whoa.
Whoa, another reversal.
This guy
is something.
You see, Jumpin' Josh has got the Spider-Man inspired trunks. Like, honestly, this kid might actually be Spider-Man.
He might be that quick. Oh, Tyler Knox getting to the ropes.
The Bulldog, how would you go into a match with someone like Jumpin' Josh where, yes, you do have the size and power advantage, but just the speed and the technical ability, how do you combat that?
It's really quite simple. You stand in the middle of the ring and you don't move. Yeah.
As funny as it sounds, I think that's totally fair.
Let him come to you. As soon as he gets close, you grab the nearest appendage and you try and tear it off.
And I think trying to break him in half is a pretty good strategy as well.
Or you grab him by the leg and throw him out of the ring. Look at this.
That's what I'm talking about. The speed of Jumpin' Josh is just unparalleled to anything else I've seen.
Yeah, and he's always pulling off unique moves that you've never seen before. Quicker than a hiccup, I think, is the expression. Tyler Knox now pushing Jumpin' Josh into the corner. See what kind of offense he can mount. Wait, don't turn your back on Josh.
Never
watch
back.
it.
Oh!
Oh!
Just about chopped right through the stomach of the champion. That hurt Knox almost as much as it hurt Josh. You see Josh just gasping for air. See, that took a lot out of Jumpin' Josh.
Ref cyanide with a 2 count. Tyler Knox wisely going to work on the chest area. Keep on driving the air out of that kid. That might slow him down. You never know. Other than a horse tranquilizer, I can't think of anything that would slow Jumpin' Josh down. You may as well try driving all the air out of him. That's not legal.
But hey, Bulldog, have you noticed something? We can actually hear each other talking right next to each other. Do you know why that is?
It's because, unfortunately, we don't have our regular rabid fans screaming their heads off and blowing the roof off the place.
Well, there's that, but I was going to say a very clear and pleasant lack of Vinny Valentine at ringside.
Oh, see, you ruined it. I mean, we didn't even have to think of his name or anything. And
It was too peaceful here.
we don't need Wilbur.
But Valentine really has helped to instill this vicious, more aggressive side of Tyler Knox that we've seen in the last several shows.
You know, though, to be honest, Vinny Valentine has been around Pure Power Wrestling for a very, very long time. He started as our ring announcer. Vinny Valentine was our ring announcer for years. And then he decided he was going to try his hand at managing, and somebody let him talk somewhere along the line.
Whoever allowed that, they made a bad decision.
Yeah, we should fire him immediately. Because Vinny Valentine, you know, he's a very successful manager. You can't take anything away from the guy. But good Lord, he's like a PA system. He's so loud. Oh my goodness.
But Vinny Valentine, I believe, has led every single one of his clients to championships. And I think at this rate, Tyler Knox might be the latest. He's really shown that he is, in less than a year in the ring, championship material.
Yeah, I think, oh, look at that.
Oh! Speaking of, that was unreal.
That was a nice suplex. It was very nice. You notice how Tyler Knox kept his feet planted on that suplex?
Absolutely.
That's a bit of a rookie mistake. Eventually he'll learn to leave his feet. And what that'll do is get his own hips up higher than his opponent's hips. And then his weight actually drives his opponent's weight into the mat a lot harder. When you keep your feet planted, your opponent doesn't absorb as much of that energy and it hurts less. That's what I was saying when you watch Cowboy Bryn watch suplex. That's a textbook suplex. His feet are up high, his hips are up high, and the only person who's absorbing that energy is his opponent. Did you see what Tyler Knox just did?
That has got to take all the wind right out of Jumpin' Josh. And Bulldog, This is why I like doing commentary with you. I could never give that kind of an analysis on a suplex. Oh! Good night, Jumpin' Josh!
1, 2. Oh my goodness.
How does somebody whose head is barely still attached to his shoulders still manage to kick out?
That's just heart, baby. That's just heart. You don't need a head to have heart.
Jumpin' Josh just surviving on instincts alone as Knox once again driving the boot down to the throat and the chest of the champion.
The cyanide not taking anything. He's counting fair and square. He's being, by my estimation, a fair referee. Tyler Knox driving the right hand into Jumpin' Josh. Across the ring, Irish whip, Jumpin' Josh up and oh, I love this.
Whoa!
He drove Tyler Knox's head right into the turnbuckle. That was something else.
I tell you, how Josh can do some of these things, I will never know.
It's a form of magic, baby. 1, 2.
It's because he's Spider-Man.
It's because he's Spider-Man.
I'd love to see Jumpin' Josh and Tom Holland in the ring together someday. I feel they'd be best friends. But anyways, back to this match. Jumpin' Josh getting that headlock on Tyler Knox, trying to bring him back to his feet. What's he got in mind?
Irish whip off the rope. Tyler Knox reversing. Jumping Josh ducked the clothesline.
Whoa.
Cross body. Tyler Knox caught him. Tyler Knox caught him.
Whoa. Oh! Tyler Knox too big, too strong to make that crossbody work as he drops the elbow.
And planted him. This lackadaisical cover won't get the job done. Will not get the job. Not against Jumpin' Josh.
Now, we've talked a big game about how far Tyler Knox has come in his under 1 year in the ring, but you've seen a few kind of almost cocky covers, and that is not going to put Jumpin' Josh away.
No, Jumpin' Josh is a kid who has earned his respect in that wrestling ring by being one of the toughest competitors we've seen. You are not going to put him away with a lackadaisical cover like that. He's got too much fight. Now Tyler Knox just stomping in the chest area.
And Josh is struggling to catch his breath. You see quite a bit of redness on his chest now. He has taken a serious beating in this match.
You know, I think the kid almost likes it. You know, the longer you beat on him, the more likely he's going to come back. Oh, look at this.
Tyler Knox
showboating, and now
getting a little cocky for a man who hasn't won the match yet.
Ref cyanide, though, right on Tyler Knox again.
Whoa! And that's what happens when you when you don't take Josh seriously.
Nicely done, Jumpin' Josh.
Whoa!
Look at this. Nice melee kick.
Here we go.
Timing it right.
Jumpin'
up on
Josh.
The ropes.
Oh!
Flying
through the air like few others can.
Oh, that was close.
Jumpin' Josh, normally very calm and collected, showing a little bit of frustration as Knox somehow kicking out at about 2 9/10.
Jumpin' Josh in control of this one, getting Tyler Knox to his feet. Clearly, he's got a high-impact maneuver in mind.
Knox blocking.
Oh, Jumpin' Josh just not quite
strong
enough.
Oh! Tyler Knox more than strong enough.
Yeah, wait a second.
Good on Cyanide for catching Knox with his feet on the second rope there.
Cyanide's been a fair ref. I mean, the cadence of his count is the same for both competitors. He's enforcing all the rules. He's counting appropriately. He's not physically getting involved, although you can see he wants to.
Cyanide, of course, as a wrestler, very vicious and cerebral. I'm honestly a little surprised to see him being this fair in this match, but honestly, he's doing his job. He's keeping Knox from getting an unfair advantage in this match. Oh!
Yeah, Knox has had to play by the rules. Every time he tries to break the rules, Cyanide's been on him. So
honestly, I don't think Knox needs to be breaking the rules. Have you seen the velocity on those kicks to the chest?
Watch this.
Oh!
He's learning.
Knox has got a
headbutt. Both guys a little bit stunned here. Tyler Knox put Jumpin' Josh down, but he put himself on Dream
See, that's
Street.
the thing about going for a headbutt. You need to have a harder head than your opponent. Otherwise, it ain't going to work well in your favor.
Exactly. Tyler Knox electing for an elbow instead of a headbutt that time. Now driving his shoulder, hoping to maybe get some more air driven out of Jumpin' Josh. And another one. Those really do work. I mean, I used to use those all the time, and they really weaken a guy. Watch. Oh. Kind of a low clothesline.
Josh has just been struggling to stay in this match, but you see him fighting back, but Knox just time and time again just overpowering the champion.
Yeah, the only deciding factor that I could see is the size difference. Watch this. Oh, Alabama slam. Jumpin' Josh barely said he's good.
Now, how Jumpin' Josh is going to get back into this match, I am not sure.
You know, folks, over the years, Pure Power Wrestling, we've been compared to Stampede Wrestling.
Which is a very honorable comparison to get.
I used to love Stampede Wrestling when I was a kid. You know who scared the crap out of me more than anybody? Jason the Terrible. This guy scared me to death.
Whoa! Oh! And that fall just about scared me to death.
Tyler Knox coming up short.
Tyler Knox gonna be feeling that for weeks.
Jason the Terrible scared me to death, and I have it on good authority that he's watching right now. So Jason the Terrible, welcome to Pure Power Wrestling. Thank you for entertaining me when I was a small boy, and thank you for watching Jumpin' Josh as he does another sling blade. This kid is on fire.
And Jason, I'm a big fan of yours. Don't hurt me. Jumpin' Josh feeling the fire. He's finally getting back into this match.
Oh my goodness, a little bit of anger there. Jumpin' Josh might
Whoa.
be tired of third. That's a third sling blade if my math is correct, but I've been hitting the head a lot, so I don't really know.
Now, what is Josh going to be able to do to put down the challenger?
Well, he's got a number of options. I'm curious to see what it is he tries next. This is a good high-impact maneuver. Jumpin' Josh smiling.
You see, Josh was looking forward to hitting that.
1, 2.
But it still was not enough to put down Tyler Knox.
He might have to come off the top rope with 2 feet and stomp right dead in the center of the chest of Tyler Knox.
He might have to jump off the roof.
You might have to. Watch this now. Jumpin' Josh. Boom.
Whoa, there we go.
Josh
is looking for that suplex, and he might be going for a second and maybe even a third.
It's the best snap suplex he can do with a heavier guy.
He's got 2. Can he get one more?
You're darn tootin' he can. This kid's got all the heart in the world. Watch this now.
Whoa!
The trifecta.
Shades of Eddie Guerrero,
Josh.
Los Amigos.
Firmly in control of Tyler Knox. Whoa.
Jumpin' Josh, feeling the confidence, saying he's better than Tyler Knox.
Ref cyanide with it. 2 and 15/16, I think.
I forget that without the fans here, they can clearly hear what we're saying.
That is true. Jump in, Josh. Jump in, Josh. Come on,
I'm glad it wasn't too negative to Stormbringer, because he could hear me too.
Yeah, you might want to walk out the back door when this is over. Now they're exchanging rights. Jumpin' Josh getting the better of Tyler Knox in this particular slugfest.
Whoa. Oh,
Nicely
buddy.
done.
Is he going for it? He's dialing.
Drop toe hold.
He's dialing up. He's hitting 619.
Booyah!
Oh, pitch perfect. The kind of 619 make Rey Mysterio himself proud as Josh gets to the top rope.
It is one of his heroes, that Rey Mysterio guy. Watch this now. Jumpin' Josh. He nailed it!
Coup de grace! That's gotta be it!
I think he killed Tyler Knox.
Again!
Are you kidding me?
Josh! Josh, don't actually kill him!
What happened to Jumpin' Josh? He's turned into a vicious 1, 2, and... Wait a minute.
Whoa.
What?
Referee Cyanide, special guest referee.
Are you kidding me?
Refusing to count 3.
Are you kidding me?
Jumpin' Josh.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Cyanide says he's calling it like he sees it.
How does
Josh had Knox down for like a count of 10.
Jumpin' Josh was clearly the victor. Clearly the victor.
As Cyanide slowly stumbles back up to his feet.
Tyler Knox is...
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Is that it?
Jumpin' Josh's eyes just rolled back
1,
in his
2,
head.
3. Oh,
Are you kidding me?
no. That was the fastest 3 count I've ever seen in my life.
And Tyler Knox is a new champion.
New Pure Power Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion, Tyler Knox.
Special guest referee Cyanide. How could you do that? How could you do that? Josh hadn't won.
What the absolute hell has Cyanide done?
It's an absolutely despicable display from Cyanide. Jumpin' Josh was robbed of the title as he proudly hands it to the new champion, Tyler Knox.
Jumpin' Josh did not deserve that, not in the least.
As I've said before, Tyler Knox has all the potential in the world to become the champion someday, but not like this, damn it, not like this. Knox and Cyanide. I don't know what I just saw here, Bulldog. I am beside myself.
You saw a screw job is what you saw. Cyanide had us all absolutely hook, line, and sinker, I gotta say.
Cyanide, how could you do that? How could you do that?
Sinker, it doesn't happen very often, but I'm speechless.
An absolutely despicable display as we have a new Cruiserweight champion here. Not how I was hoping to kick off year 11 of Pure Power Wrestling.
Wait, Dewey Robson out here now.
Dewey Robson out here.
Dewey Robson is,
with Stormbringer's shovel. I don't know what to make of this.
Neither do I.
Now, Dewey Robson was just declared the #1 contender earlier tonight.
Looks like he'll be facing a slightly bigger Tyler Knox.
Tyler Knox holding his hand up high as if that was a clean, fair victory.
He's going to have to go easy on the Cheetos or he won't be a cruiserweight for long. I can't believe what we just saw. Jumpin' Josh did not deserve that.
As Josh is still on the ground beside himself.
Tyler Knox quite proud of himself.
Jumpin' Josh was robbed of the title, but Robson is the #1 contender now.
Wow.
Dewey trying to be a good sport, but Josh, we've seen him grow increasingly frustrated this match, and I mean, post-match I certainly understand, but shaking Robson off there right at the end.
That's all good. You know, you compete in that ring, your hormones get elevated, your adrenaline gets elevated. It happens. Jumpin' Josh will cool off. He'll talk with Dewey. Dewey will help him get to sleep tonight for sure.
They're good guys.
They're good buds. But make no mistake about it, Dewey Robson is going to have his sights set on Tyler Knox, and it's going to be laser focus. So let's get back up to Jim Dandy, folks, for our main event. This is going to be awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Canadian Professional Wrestling Association and Pure Power Wrestling. When the match gets underway, the referee in charge will be senior PPW official, the Count, Curtis Barnum. The following contest is sponsored by King of Trade and is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. It is for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, and there must be a winner. Introducing first, the challenger. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall, and weighs in today at 186 pounds. From Fort McLeod, Alberta, Travis the Heat Copeland.
Now, Bulldog, here is a main event that is more than a full year in the making, and this will be the final definitive encounter.
You know,
I am ecstatic.
Sidney Steele, as one of the pioneers of Pure Power Wrestling, has had so many matches over the last decade. Some of the best matches he's had in his career have been against Travis Copeland.
His opponent, he stands 6 foot tall, weighing in today at 225 pounds. For 595 days, he's been the professional, Sydney Steele.
595 days, I believe the longest reigning heavyweight champion in PPW history, and I believe you're about to see why.
You believe correctly. This guy's worked on his wrestling craft and worked on his physique, and he's worked on every aspect of the game with every ounce of energy he's got for the better part of 15 years now. And it's come to fruition, I guess is the best way to put it. And it's all culminated in this heavyweight reign that's surpassed every single one of us. You know, the Gothic Knight, former champion, the Irishman, former champion, Massive Damage, former champion, Bulldog McBain, the Silverback, Big Sexy Beast, all these big heavyweights. And Sydney Steele has held on to that title longer than any of us. And Travis Heat Copeland, as skilled and tenacious as he is, just hasn't found the key to Sydney Steele.
And you got to think, even if it weren't for a pair of shutdowns, you know, Steele would still probably be the champion right now and could still very realistically continue to be the champion for another full year.
I think Steele will hang on to that title as long as he keeps his head in the game and he keeps working as hard as he does. That's been what brought him to the dance. That's what's kept him at the dance. If he loses focus or loses his work ethic, I think you'll see him lose that title.
And we talked a lot about Steele being the longest reigning heavyweight champion.
Here we go. I can't wait.
And as much as we talked about Steele being the longest reigning heavyweight champion, the last time I checked, THC was the longest reigning cruiserweight champion here. So we have two top-tier pedigree athletes in the ring here tonight.
You could say that again. Sydney Steele, though, slightly more powerful than, probably considerably more powerful than THC now that I think about it.
And I can't think of a better match to main event the 10th anniversary of Pure Power Wrestling than Sydney Steele versus Travis Copeland.
Oh, man, you're right. Travis Copeland, he's been in all kinds of different matches. He had a fantastic ladder match years ago. I'm trying to remember with who.
He was in like the first ever TLC match in PPW history. That was, I believe, against Cyanide in 2017, I want to say.
Yeah, I think he came out on top of that one, didn't he?
Yes. And this has been a very long-running feud now. This started back in early 2020. THC won the Power Rumble, guaranteeing him a shot at the title. And through one way or another, we just have not had a definitive winner. Even in a 60-minute Iron Man match, these two have had some of the most incredible bouts in the history of Pure Power Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, Travis the Heat Copeland brings a ton of experience, a ton of technical expertise, and he's just one tough dude. You know, it takes a lot to beat him down to the point where you can get his shoulders down to the mat for a count of three. And Sydney Steele brings that same work ethic. The only difference is the physiques. By my estimation, their skill, they both work
pretty well matched.
Pretty well matched, yeah.
But Steele, as we said earlier on in the show, he has worked up every single part of his game, including his physique and his strength. This guy used to be a cruiserweight. He was quite slim back in the day.
Yeah, I remember when he was 140 pounds.
And that was, about 220, I believe?
No, he's
something like
225.
That. 225.
Yep.
Adding almost 100 pounds of muscle. That is an incredible accomplishment in itself. But to get back to the ring, Travis the Heat Copeland just going to town on the champion. THC knows this is his final shot at the heavyweight title, and he cannot let this slip.
He wants it bad. This contest is going to go for a while because neither one of these guys is going to relent. Neither one is going to give up. Finally getting Sydney Steele into that hammerlock, which you could use to advance your position, or you could use as a submission hold if you apply it properly. Sydney Steele looking for a way out. Look at this now.
Very smart competitor, Sydney Steele, comes into every single opportunity with a strategy, a plan B, a plan C, and so on until you run out of the whole alphabet.
And you know, even though he is the champion, he's still a student of the game. He's always watching wrestling, always learning new tricks and tactics. Watch this now. Up and over. THC leapfrog and a nice hip. Look at the elevation.
My goodness.
Follows it up with an arm drag. Sydney Steele in all kinds of trouble.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
You're right.
And as we celebrate, again, the 10th anniversary of PPW, Sydney Steele is the only PPW original still actively competing in this ring.
Wow.
The only one.
THC just driving his knee into the shoulder area. Sydney Steele, that really, really hurts.
Now we've seen, again, these two have some very long, intense wars. Bulldog, let's kind of break it down from both perspectives. If you're THC, how do you try to take on Steele? If you're Steele, how do you try to take down THC?
Well, if you're contending with Sydney Steele and he's the more powerful athlete, you need to focus on one limb. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's a leg or an arm, whichever one you can get a hold of first and get to work on. Preferably a leg, but and if you're Sydney Steele, like I said, you want to, if you're the bigger man, you want to just basically stand in the middle of the ring and let the guy come to you, and then you can take control of him like Sydney Steele's doing right now. The waistlock takedown is resulting in a 1-2. Ref Curtis with just a 1 count. But Sydney Steele's in control of this one and he's wearing THC down.
And much as TLC is known for being a very quick and often a high-flying competitor, he's also quite proficient on the mat. And so you see Steele is really targeting the arm early on in the match, hoping to take out a fairly sizable chunk of THC's offense.
That would be a very a considerable amount of damage if you can neutralize that arm. Stomping in the ribs. Watch this.
Oh! There is not much fancy that Sydney Steele does, but everything he does is executed absolutely perfectly.
We haven't seen that maneuver in a number of weeks now, and I for one, quite like watching that maneuver. Sydney Steele does it better than anybody. I think he's going to do it again. Watch this. Up. Oh! All that momentum coming down on the shoulder joint of THC. Man, that is painful, folks. I'm telling you, that is really painful. Oh, THC now with an escape. THC grabbing Sydney Steele in a headlock, and let's see what THC has in mind to advance his position. He's a real student of the game as well. THC's been active in wrestling for the better part of 2 decades. Sydney Steele working his way up. Oh. A little bit of hair for an event. Whoa, nice leapfrog.
Whoa.
And again.
Oh! Steele trying to think 4 steps ahead, but Copeland's only going 2 steps.
That was a nice drop kick. Put Sydney Steele right on his back, and now THC laying the boots to Sydney Steele.
Oh!
Sydney Steele went for that arm drag and came up empty. And now THC is in control of this.
Oh! And Bulldog, I gotta say, I don't know how anyone could possibly predict a winner in this match. They're so good and they have so few weaknesses. How does either man come out on top? I mean, that elbow to the face is certainly a good start.
It's a good start, but you're going to have to do more than that to beat Sydney Steele. This guy is a very tough competitor. Jeff Curtis with a 2 count. Holy cow. Sydney Steele now making his way up. THC. Oh. Wow, elbow in the back of the head. That could put a normal man's lights out.
You see, every single move both of these guys are doing are just being done with such power and intensity and intent. They know how good and how tough the other man is. I can't see either man just taking a moment to just catch their breath.
Well, they've been giving each other pretty much every one of their best shots for over a year now.
Oh!
So they know what it takes to put the other man away. You're right, and it takes a lot. These guys are two of the toughest competitors PPW has produced. Both men getting back to their feet now. THC quicker though. He's in control of this one.
THC calling for Bulldog. I'm not sure why, but
right hand into the head of Sidney Steele. Watch this now. THC off the rope.
Oh!
Boom! Bit of a corkscrew elbow drop. 1, 2, oh!
As fancy as that was, it's going to take a lot more than that to keep the champion down. Again, 595 days as champion. Sidney Steele could be approaching 2 full years as champion if he can be successful tonight and just get 1 or 2 more defenses under his belt.
THC has a completely different idea, but Sidney Steele lifting up a big boot. THC running into about 60 miles an hour now. Oh. Sidney Steele with an elbow in the back of the head put THC down on all fours, and Sidney Steele picking him back up. Oh, this is exciting, folks. Whoa. Irish whip blocked. Sidney Steele not accepting no for an answer.
Steele trying to catch his breath and once again come up with a new strategy because nothing he's been doing so far has been able to keep the challenger down, which, I mean, honestly, is not much of a surprise, but, you got to come into a match with either one of these two with about 86 different strategies.
Yeah, and you got to be able to switch gears on the fly and throw another different strategy into your little plan and go with it when the time needs, because you got to think the other guy's got that many strategies as well. Oh, not a chicken wing suplex. Not a chicken wing suplex. This is... Oh! Nobody does a chicken wing suplex the way Sidney Steele does a chicken wing suplex. 1, 2...
Steele asking Bulldog if he's paying attention. That was a kind of chicken wing suplex I don't think THC is going to forget anytime soon.
No, that has some impact.
I just don't know what it's going to take to put either of these men away. Like, we might be here all night. There's no time limit. There must be a winner.
It might actually take a bullet. I'm not sure if that's legal, though, in this matchup. That Irish whip with some serious speed.
I'm not sure if you can see it on the video.
Snap suplex.
1, 2.
Look at how
Sidney Steele getting frustrated with such power and intensity. That Irish whip shaking the entire ring, and that suplex just about sending Copeland through the mat.
That was aggressive. Boot to the side of the head. Puts THC right back down. Folks, your heavyweight champion just exploded with a little bit of rage.
He tends to do that sometime, but he is quite an intelligent competitor. He knows what he's doing. It just must be frustrating when you do so much right, but it's just not working.
Well, you can't teach toughness.
You're absolutely right. You can't teach toughness, but it's something that both of these men just come with in spades.
Exactly.
THC,
And that's the frustrating part is after you deliver as many offensive moves as you believe ought to be enough, and he keeps on kicking out, it does get frustrating. It is frustrating wrestling a tough dude. Irish whip now.
My goodness!
Wow.
THC flying into the
Whoa.
turnbuckle at 100 miles an hour.
Sydney Steele reverse that Irish whip, and THC still, you can see the pain on his face.
Now Bulldog, if you've only ever seen professional wrestling on TV, you might not realize how hard those turnbuckles are. What does it feel to be thrown with that much force?
Well, I'll explain it to you like this. The turnbuckle pad usually stops the cut. That's about it. It's just a thin pad. Wow, Sydney Steele trying to decapitate THC.
But we got all sorts of metal contraptions right underneath that thin pad.
It's all steel. The turnbuckle itself is all steel underneath there holding the ropes. Like I said, the turnbuckle pad will prevent you from getting cut, but it doesn't prevent the bruising, and when you hit it really hard, that pad doesn't do very much at all.
And neither does the ring apron as Steele just slams the challenger onto the corner there. Those are metal bars. Those hurt.
Yeah, metal bars with inch of plot or.
Oh! No padding on the steel steps.
At all. Yeah, inch thick planks we use on top of steel. It is really, really, really solid on the outside of the ring and on the ring steps, as Sydney Steele just found out.
THC's got something in mind.
Oh!
Did you see the velocity of that drop kick?
That was something. THC. He's going to refuse to go home without a title.
Oh! 1, 2.
Oh, Sydney Steele still a lot of power on that kick out.
Both men with the kind of toughness and heart and will to fight that I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to have. Kind of self-burn there, but it's true.
Now think about this. These guys did a 60-man. Wow. Only a 2 count. What a neat maneuver. That was something. These guys did a 60-minute Ironman match. Tonight's match has no time limit.
This could go 60 minutes. It could go 120 minutes. We could be talking about this match in terms of hours, not minutes.
We know both of these guys can go at least 60 minutes.
Yeah.
They've done it. With no time limit, I mean, this could be a long, long contest.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What incredible power. Oh!
Sydney Steele.
Delayed suplex just...
I'm going to start calling him Suplex Sydney Steele. You know, he's got that snap suplex. He's got that chicken wing suplex. He's very good at the stalling suplex. Whoa, wait a minute. You wanted to know what's underneath that pad? Well, there you go. Steel. That's all it is.
But Steele didn't care about that. He wanted the distraction. Choking out the challenger with the tape. Referee Curtis trying to reattach the turnbuckle.
That is part of the reason why Sydney Steele has been champion for so long.
1, 2. As Copeland gasps for air on instinct alone, somehow he gets the shoulder up, but you see the look of pain and just agony on his face.
But one thing you don't see is him saying, "I quit."
You will never see THC say quit.
You won't see it. You won't hear it. He'll never say he won't quit. It's just not in him. And that's how he mounts comebacks like this. You think he's had enough, and all of a sudden THC out of nowhere putting Sydney Steele on his back with a big right hand. Now off the rope. Oh.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Sydney Steele, the gymnast.
Sydney Steele, lucha libre.
Whoa!
With a neck breaker.
We talk about Steele's power, but did you see that? The athleticism, the acrobatic talents.
That was something. I got to give Sydney Steele very good credit. That was a pretty neat maneuver. I don't think I could pull it off.
Me neither, Bulldog. Me neither. I don't think I could do just about anything these two are capable of.
Back elbow putting THC into the corner. I think Suplex Sydney Steele has something devastating in mind, and
Super suplex Sydney Steele.
this is if he lands this. Oh, THC already fighting back. He knows what's coming. He's not going to have any of it.
He wants no part of that. I tell you that for sure. But THC's got.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Whoa! Oh! That's gotta be it.
Oh.
I cannot believe the display of pure power in Sydney Steele.
The impact, and THC managing to get out at 2, but barely. That took a lot out of Travis Copeland.
And folks, you're seeing firsthand not only why Sydney Steele is the longest reigning heavyweight champion, but THC was the longest reigning cruiserweight champion. This is top tier action with A-plus competitors.
THC has been chasing that heavyweight title for a long time, and he just will not stop.
It's been over a full year. This feud's been going on really.
Whoa.
Oh!
Sydney Steele ran into her right. THC had that scouted. Here we go, off the top.
Oh!
Drop kick.
Beautiful!
Drop kick.
THC saying, this has been going on for over a full year. This has got to end tonight. Pulling out every single thing that he can muster.
Both these guys looking at the lights. That was one hell of a missile drop kick from THC. That was something. Who's going to be the first one to get to his feet now?
I tell you, I would not be if I were in that ring right now.
Looks like a tie to me. THC ducking the right.
Oh!
THC landing a clothesline. Sydney Steele eating another clothesline.
Throwing him back into the turnbuckle, and another
again,
one.
Sydney Steele's hairpiece is falling down around his face, the poor guy. Oh, another clothesline. Back elbow, down goes Sydney Steele again. Drop kick, down goes Sydney Steele again.
THC on fire. 1, 2. Still not enough.
Wow.
Bodog, I'm tired.
I have no idea how these guys keep kicking out of this, because I don't know. I would have just packed it up and gone home. I'd be too tired to keep wrestling at this point. THC now edging this fan on, and I will not quit either, boys. As long as you wrestle, I'm going to keep gabbing. Irish whip into the corner. Sydney Steele, wisely stopping his momentum there. That turnbuckle pad is taken off.
Steele knows just how dangerous that exposed turnbuckle can be, and he wanted no part of it.
That's the reason he exposed it. I think he's hoping to use it on Travis Copeland. And Ref Curtis had a hard time trying to get that back on, so.
Whoa, drop toe hold. Sending
Well
Steele
done.
face first into the mat.
Sydney Steele now is begging off. Travis
Oh, no.
Copeland having no part of it. He's
Let
got something
let
else
go.
in mind.
Let
Don't
go,
you dare
Steele.
up and
Oh, or you're going to get dropped.
from devastating heights. Up they go.
Oh, no.
Oh!
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 And
He's
that's
got
what
Sydney
you
Steele.
get. That's what you get. You take off the top turnbuckle.
That's what you call a backfire.
Oh,
Leg sweep.
1,
THC with the
2.
cover. 1, 2, oh!
That would have taken out a normal man for sure.
Sydney Steele having to show a little bit of tenacity as his own plan backfired, and he got his bell rung off that turnbuckle, the exposed turnbuckle. Now THC into the corner with a big splash. Sydney Steele walking around the ring almost like a zombie.
Now what else? Oh boy.
Oh, the way. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh!
Ref Curtis.
THC.
No. Sydney Steele pulled Ref Curtis in front of him, and Sydney Steele did that.
Ref Curtis is down, but THC is not.
I wonder what more tricks Sydney Steele's going to pull out of his sleeve to try and win this matchup.
Whoa. Oh, twist of
Hey.
fate.
twist of fate.
THC realizes the ref is down. That could have been it. But he's going up to the top.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. This guy goes, just watch the elevation. Watch. Oh, my
Oh! Frog splash from way too high up.
2, 3. Wait, here comes another ref.
Ref Glenn.
In the
1, 2.
Hey,
Oh!
Steele
Steele at 2.
He had him.
Steele at 2.9999.
I thought he had him.
If Ref Curtis was still up and could have gone to the count right away, ladies and gentlemen, we would have just had a new heavyweight champion.
Travis Copeland just about realized a dream. Sidney Steele just pulling out all the stops here. Now Travis Copeland laying a right hook in. Off the rope, GH. Whoa.
Oh!
Super kick!
Good
Super kick.
night, Travis Copeland.
Sidney Steele finding
1,
a way.
2.
Hey, oh!
How, Bulldog, are both of these men still in this match?
They're made out of steel, both of them. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it's granite. Maybe it's iron.
Maybe it's vibranium. I don't know.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like something on a dirty movie.
That it is not, my good sir.
Sidney Steele is winding up this kick from... Oh, no!
Now referee Glenn is down. What is happening here?
Sidney Steele, the slayer of referees.
Steele saying referee Glenn deserved that.
Okay,
We are
that
down
one-
2 referees. I think Rachel might have to put down the
Another
camera
twist
again
of
in the
fate.
ring.
Okay, that last referee, that wasn't on Sidney Steele. That was just an accident. But the first one, he pulled Ref Curtis into the way. I saw him do it. That was on Sidney Steele. He should be disqualified.
Guys, do we have a third referee kicking around?
I'm not sure. Oh, and a low blow on top of all the rest. I mean...
Steele, oh no. He's got the torture rack.
What's he doing? Are you kidding me?
What he's doing is one of the most devastating moves I've ever seen.
Wow. That took a considerable amount of power from Sidney Steele, and he's not done yet.
He's going a tombstone pile
No,
driver?
He's not going to do this.
Oh!
He is. Calling for the ref.
Ref Curtis
barely
1,
making his way over.
2,
across the ring. 1, 2,
3.
He got him.
Sidney Steele, still the PPW heavyweight
Here's your
champion.
winner, and still the Pure Power Wrestling heavyweight champion, the professional Sidney Steele.
What an
Wow.
incredible, successful defense by Sidney Steele. Those two gave it their all.
Wow.
After 15 months, Sidney Steele has formally vanquished Travis the Heat Copeland. But my God, take nothing away from Copeland either. This was an absolutely incredible match.
That was something. I mean, Sidney Steele had to literally pull out all of the tricks that he could think of. He had to drop 2 referees, expose turnbuckle, low blows. I mean, the
Torture rack slam, I don't know what you call that.
that was something. That was a real devastating maneuver, I gotta say. But I mean, the trickery wasn't necessary. But the big story is your champion, your heavyweight champion, still is Suplex. Sidney Steele. He is the professional. Travis Copeland shaking his head. I mean, he can't believe it. That's his last opportunity, and he knows it.
Copeland, after numerous attempts over a full year of build, came this close.
What a competitor. Travis the Heat Copeland shouldn't be hanging your head in shame, brother. You ought to be holding your chin high. That was one hell of a contest. Folks, I got to thank you, each and every one of you, and all your support over the last 10 years. It's been really, it's been special. It's been magical. It's been a hell of a ride, and we're only started. We got a couple referees still unconscious in the ring, and Pure Power Wrestling is happy to have you.
And that's going to wrap it up for a full decade of Pure Power Wrestling. And my goodness, I can't wait to see you guys back in here, give you another 10 amazing years of live, local, legendary professional wrestling.
Yes, sirree, Bob. This is your old pal Bulldog for David Apinko. Thanks for joining us, folks.